Hello guys, so it's the second week and I want to go over a few things that I think are important. First of all, you'll see an announcement. There is a new post that says tentative schedule for 101. So if I look at it, let me open it. All right, so that's going to give you, let me move my computer that you can see it. There you go. That's going to give you all pretty much a breakdown of the class from the beginning, from this week, actually Monday, August 30th, to the end of the semester, which is December 1st. That's when the instruction ends, okay? So if you look at Monday, we're going to start a project called Drawing Your Own Room. That's the second fold of the one-point perspective project that we started last week, okay? Remember last week I asked you to do the 3 exercises, and now we're moving on to the second part and last part of 1 point. And then everything in yellow will be when you're supposed to turn your project in. So these are the deadlines, okay? I will remind you all the time when it comes, so no worries. So you can look at this. It's going to be helpful for you to organize yourself and see what's going on for the semester. All right, now I want to go back to 1 point. If you open the work document that I posted last week, the lesson plan, you were asked to reproduce all 3 examples, okay? So that was done last week. So that was this one, and that one, okay? So this was done last week, correct? And now I want you to work this week on the second fold of the project, which is drawing on a new piece of paper. So as big as you can have, I mean, depending on what size pad you bought, if you followed my requirement, or if you bought your own, or if it's bigger or smaller, full size, whatever, how big you can do it, make it. And you're gonna use your pad and you're gonna draw a room using 1 point perspective. So I recommend you follow the same procedure that you did for the exercise. I will also post one tutorial without sound that was done professionally, just to help you, don't copy it, but it's going to remind you a little bit how to do it, and it's going to help you out. The requirements for these drawings, it must contain at least 4 large objects, furniture, okay? So windows, picture frames, doors, rugs do not count as objects. But beds, armchairs, tables, desks, dresser, chairs, etc. do count as objects. So that's one requirement. I mean, 1 point perspective and large objects. And then also when you are finished with your pencil drawing, using your fine tip marker. So it's, remember I asked you to buy a Sharpie, 2 tips, that's the fine tip. That's the one that looks like a needle a little bit, okay? That's the fine one. You're gonna use that and you're gonna ink your drawing. So when you ink your drawing, of course, you're not going to ink your receding and construction line. You're just going to ink the lines that will do the final drawing. That's important. You're going to let that dry. It dries pretty fast. And then you're going to erase all your line. You're going to end up with a nice, clean, inked drawing. The reason why I'm asking to ink several things. First of all, pencil is pretty fragile, so it can smudge. It can just fade away. And unless you spray it, it's not going to last forever. But when you ink a drawing using this marker, it's going to be just fine, and it's going to be stronger. You also work on your mechanical skills. So not only you draw in pencil, but then you go over your pencil, and so you keep on working on those mechanical skills. Remember, drawing is 99% mechanical skills. That's what we want to build. And you're going to turn on it. So these are the requirements. It's required, okay? Now, if you have time, you can colorize. If you have color pencil, or if you want a shade, or you can do all that if you want. That's always a plus. I mean, it's going to up your grade. It's not required, but it's going to look much better for sure. That's an example of, the lines were inked, okay? And then there's some shading done with pencil, smudge pencil. So that can be done as well. And then if you have color, it can look something like this as well. So the lines were inked and then color was added to the drawing. So this is due by the end of the week, anytime on Wednesday. So what I recommend to do is your drawing, your pencil drawing, you should be doing that, working on it on Monday, full size. It will take you, if you do a good job, and you see the example I gave you, that's what I'm looking for. It's going to be about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to do the pencil drawing on Monday. And then on Wednesday, I will go ahead and do my inking. And then if I want, as an option, I can also colorize or add shading. Where you're going to turn that in on Wednesday, see if you look at grades, there's no grades yet, but there's one point here. I don't know. Yeah, you see my little arrow right here. So that's where you're going to turn that in on Wednesday. Okay. So Wednesday, I want you to turn in, let's go over it one more time. I want you to turn in on Wednesday, anytime during the day. I'd like to see the 3 exercise, okay, 1, 2, and 3. So these are just copied that we did last week to understand the principle on 1 point. And then I want you to turn in your final own room, okay? These are examples, but the one you would have done, okay? So I guess now you know what we're doing next week. I can wait to see on Wednesday what you're gonna turn in. Bye-bye, have a good week.